What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿. Today, we'll be taking a look at this week's forecast, seeing what the stars have in store for us. So, let's get into it. As always, shout out to all the Gemini celebrating birthdays this week. Pay close attention to this energy, as it'll be with you all year long. Before we get into it, just want to give a second to extend gratitude and thanks for all the love and support I've been receiving on my book, Astrology of the Matrix. And if you didn't know, I was able this week to sit down and break bread with the legendary KRS-One. It was truly a surreal moment. But actually, in the moment, it wasn't. It was like, oh no, this is all frequency, energy, and vibration. And yeah, man, I'm one of them ones, and he one of them ones. So you already know. But if you'd like your copy, you can check out my website. Contact me directly. Astrology of the Matrix. Yeah. But this week, y'all, we got a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius. And I'm excited for this full moon. I feel like it's a special full moon for a couple of reasons. First reason being the aspects that it's making. This full moon is involving Neptune and Saturn, and those aspects, speaking to this particular full moon having to deal with Gemini and Sagittarius, are significant because they deal with the mind. So we'll get into that perspective. But the other reason I feel like it's significant because this full moon is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, consciousness. It's like the Godfather, right? It's always rooted in our favor. So here, you know, as with all other full moons, is a time and chance for release, okay? And this release can really help bring in, release the old and really bring in or step towards abundance. So I want to get into that part of the transmission, how I see it, okay? Jupiter, keeping in mind that Jupiter is deposited within Aries. So anything being released right now is eventually going to lead to an increased self-confidence, awareness, and really, in my hopes for y'all, is action, okay? So we look at full moons as being times where our wants versus our needs. We're really taking a good look at those particular things. Could be drawn in two directions. Gemini and Sagittarius are corresponding to the axis of the mind. So within this full moon, you really want to examine the condition of your mind. Gemini season itself has, been about that, bringing awareness as to what you put into your mind, how your programming is playing out thus far, your quality of thoughts, your ability to continually learn and be agile, okay? So within deciphering and looking at that relationship, you'll have to ask yourself, where do I need more Sagittarius? Ultimately, how can I expand upon my enthusiasm, my belief in a particular area of life? And as addressed before, at the root of it, where it needs more confidence, action, Aries energy. So individually, look at those houses, Gemini, Sagittarius, but then also look at that Aries house. So all of these are inciting some type of transformation on some level, and is dealing with how you are perceiving or relating to situations. And there's a possible need that some perceptions need to be changed, okay? So when we look here and we see that Neptune, the planet of illusion, spirituality, dreams, fantasy, is squaring this full moon. This is an indicator that certain fantasies gotta stay fantasies, or there's a need to confront our need for escapism, or where, let's say, our inner fantasies interfere with reality, okay? And when we bring Saturn in, Saturn's this sobering effect that's, if you're willing to look at it correctly and make the correct adjustments. So talking a little bit more about this Neptune. Remember, full moons are heighten the energy, and emotionally we can be very, very sensitive. And in this Gemini season, words can sting. Words can sting. But always keep in mind, it is all how you take something in. What do they say? If the shoe fits, wear it. This is the type of influence where you can overthink a situation or like just perceive it not correctly because you might be reading into it too much. Okay. At the same time, if you're unwilling to take a look at what hurts that ego or conflicts with that fantasy, then you're willingly playing into that Neptunian fog, okay? So bringing in Saturn's going to be trying the sun and sextile that moon. So how this will shape out for many is you find there's a truth here. And the truth being revealed has to do with the work. And I've found this many, many times on my own journey. And it's something that just helps me, I get to stay in line. And it's the idea that you can't cheat the system, or you can fake it till you make it. That would be more Neptunian. But Saturn, this type of Saturn influence, the best I can say is that it is a reminder that there are steps that have to be taken in order for a thing to truly manifest within the quality that you wanted to, as well as what is pertaining to your personal truth. So what are the particular things that you have to do to manifest what you want, or what are your obstacles? From the work that I'm able to do, being able to work with so many people of different generations, you can take something like technology, right? And let's say, and then even learning, because that pertains to Gemini as well, school, right? There's particularly older people. There's a whole generation of people in which the school system actually failed them, and they weren't afforded the same type of advantages as later generations. So those people are in their 40s, in their 50s, and there are still personal obstacles and things that they themselves need to tackle. And now I bring that up is like there's older people who can look at technology as something that further hinders them from being able to excel in this area. Or there's a lot of older people that say, wow, if I had this when I was a kid, it would be so much easier. All this technology now makes me able to do something I would have never been able to do 20, 30 years ago. So I hope that example kind of helps, but that's like a type of energy that's going to be present within everyone's life. This Saturn here, currently retrograde, it's reminding us of particular limitations, but also there's an incentive to overcome that limitation in order to find greater fulfillment in this new world of skills and entrepreneurship and financial transcendence. Okay, Age of Aquarius type of thing. So we got that going on with the full moon. So I really suggest locking in, with some rituals and releasing, and yeah, tuning into Jupiter and the idea of wise action. But we also have Mercury going back into the sign of Gemini, and it is going to be exactly trine Pluto and then move into its own sign. So for all Mercury ruled people and all, those of the mind, this is a time of immense power, regarding concentration and focus on particular goals. Lastly, what I'd like to talk about is the upcoming Venus North Node conjunction. So last week we were coming off of Venus conjunct Uranus, which was really signaling or making us aware of our need for greater freedom within partnerships, different types of partnerships, and our ability to express ourselves in a myriad of different ways. For many, this can be a time where you feel compelled to make changes. Something, if you're a Taurus rising, you might be wanting to change something up with your appearance. You may be seeking to make a big investment, move out on your own. These next few weeks regarding Venusian energy, regarding the areas of life, these areas of life within your chart will be significant. There's so much going on here where there are many new beginnings occurring, as well as we are getting rewards or fruit. There are fruits of our labor being given out from prior efforts. So I just see this as a great influence for a lot of people. Okay, so it's really what you make it, and what you've really been trying to attract. I think that's going to come into greater focus, or on the other side, what you need and what you don't need. Okay, that'll be something, if you haven't got the gist of it before, it'll continue to be a reminder. So yeah, should be a really interesting week. This is my interpretation of this week's forecast. I hope you guys enjoy. If you need a reading, feel free to reach out. Check out my book, Astrology of the Matrix. Until next time, peace.